Yeah, I saw this. This did make me chuckle. But I recommend everybody, no matter what you think of Nick Fuentes, go on his Rumble and watch his "Who Killed Charlie Kirk" video. He does the best breakdown. Actually, he'd be great at the news. It was a very unbiased, honest look at every possible option, and I think he's got it spot on as to what he's saying. But this is where he's talking about Candace's Israel. It was more insinuating that there was some beef going on behind the scenes. I didn't believe it. This is why I didn't believe it. I've known of Charlie Kirk for a while, but I really only started watching him a couple of months ago. In the and I've watched his new videos he's put out. He made me pro-Israel. Like, watching his recent stuff and him debate about Israel made me pro-Israel. So I don't know where he was saying. So you're saying that Charlie Kirk was pro-Israel to the point he made me pro-Israel about a subject I didn't even care about. But then he has some argument in an office with someone, and then yeah, kind of insinuating that there's something that Israel had something to do with his murder, or there's something going on with it. But why not kill Candice? Why not kill Tucker Carlson? Like, you're going to kill Charlie just because he has a couple of doubts and bang, or not that, but they was like, but go and listen to Nick Fuentes, his whole video of it. It's a great breakdown, and he goes through even the Groypers, his people being pulled in and used as a kind of option. But yeah, listening to him go at Candice Owens, and he just says nothing but facts in this point.
Time to wake up, guys. Some of this, I'll be the first one to say, the conspiratard schizo thing, it's getting a little out of control. And that's coming from me. I mean, it's like we are truly through the looking glass. When Charlie Kirk is assassinated, people blame Israel. I, who fought Charlie Kirk because he was pro-Israel, am being said to, I'm being said to be covering up that he was killed for this miraculous conversion.
Yeah, as well. That's the other thing why I didn't believe the Groypers. I kind of went from Charlie Kirk to Nick Fuentes in a space of a couple of months, like a recent couple of months. But yeah, when they were saying it's the Groypers, I was like, there's no way. The Groypers have been attacking Charlie. They've been attacking Charlie at every single event he did, with how Groypers asking him to debate Nick. They've been trying to get a debate for years, and bringing up Nick's talking points. Like, that's how the Groypers have been. They've been doing it consistently for ages. So when they said about the Groypers killed Charlie, I just was like, nah. I'm so glad that I'd heard Charlie Kirk and heard Nick Fuentes before all the lies of the thing come out. Because I maybe would have believed that Nick Fuentes' people would have done it. But after I'd seen what they was up to before, I was instantly was like, the Groypers definitely didn't.
If Ben Shapiro was taken out next, and God forbid, would Israel be behind that too? I mean, that would be equally ridiculous. If it was Ben Shapiro on Wednesday, people would be saying, Israel did it. Shapiro was about to become a National Socialist. Like, what? It's crazy. Anyway, so that just needs to be said. Like, people talk about, and we talked about it last night, did Netanyahu give Charlie Kirk $150 million or offer it up? I've heard that claimed. I don't know if that's the dollar amount. I've had friends of mine tell me that, yes, Charlie refused an infusion of cash. I have not heard any receipts that it was $150 million, although that's what's being claimed. And if there is any evidence, I would implore Candace Owens to produce it. Candace Owens, Max Blumenthal, you are insinuating that Israel had a hand in Charlie Kirk's murder. That's what you're doing. If you have evidence, you must produce it. I saw Candace on her show today. She said, if you keep pushing me, then I will name more names. No, it doesn't work like that. You don't get to insinuate that a foreign government killed a high profile American citizen and then say, I'm going to release the evidence under these conditions. Nah, you need to release the evidence now. She says that she has a copy of the letter that Charlie Kirk sent to Netanyahu. You need to produce that letter. Sorry. You can't drag it out on your show for clicks. Oh, more receipts tomorrow, more receipts behind the paywall, more receipts any day. No, sorry, you got it. Put up or shut up now. It's getting, Charlie Kirk's own pastor, Turning Point USA, is saying it's getting to be offensive almost. So, for someone that wants to get to the bottom of everything and overturn every rock and produce all the receipts, she's not being very forthcoming. Stop with the games. Show us the evidence you have, or stop. Stop insinuating that there are things out there that the public doesn't know. You need to disclose what you have. If you have something that would implicate Israel, everyone needs to see that. Everyone needs to know that. Why withhold it?
Facts. Facts. There's a few things, because that's like Candace. Again, why not kill Candace? Why wouldn't Israel kill Candace? As soon as Charlie Kirk died, she did a stream. I think she had about 5-6 million people actually watching her stream. She's the biggest, possibly the biggest under Charlie Kirk conservative right-wing voice, and she is anti-Israel, anti-Jewish. Why not kill her before? Why haven't they killed her since she's been coming out saying, insinuating that they got something to do with Charlie Kirk and there's more to the thing? Also, I didn't like that Candace said that there's only two people can make me shut up about this: my husband and Erica Kirk, Charlie's wife. And it's like, do you not think that she's got bigger things to deal with at this point in time, rather than what you're saying on your YouTube channel about her dead husband and Israel? Do you think it was really a big thing that she had to come and reach out to Candace Owens and say, can you just stop? But yeah, I'd recommend go and look at Nick Fuentes, because he breaks down that whole thing as well, and where Candace's argument just completely falls apart, and the guy kind of that she was accusing pulled out receipts, and then she said, oh, I wasn't. He's like, she didn't deny any of it. She didn't refute anything that he gave. She just completely accepted his thing. And then she went on to, oh, it's more to do with the letter and the phone call to Net. And he's like, she's just changing the thing. He also breaks down that Milo Yiannopoulos is part of who put out the Groiper thing of Nick Fuentes, attacking Nick Fuentes. But there are things, right, that Nick Fuentes has brought up about Israel that are very interesting, and that Charlie and this guy was talking about putting Israel's voice on college campuses and how to do that. And obviously Charlie's the man to go to. He's pro-Israel. So that's what the meeting was over, apparently. Charlie did have issues with things. And maybe, like Nick said, I don't think they had anything. I think, he calls into question what has actually been released of the FBI, but does think that that's the best, the most likely option is that he's just a left-wing nut job that did it. But yeah, the Israel thing is that he said that I don't think they was behind it, but I think they're going to exploit it. And Candace was kind of saying that too. I did see that video of Netanyahu saying, "Oh, Charlie, I didn't like that." That the Israel Prime Minister saying, "Charlie, Charlie, and he did love Israel, but I thought it was just the wrong time to kind of say, oh, we need your support for Israel." But Netanyahu did that. Yeah, I didn't like that, but yeah, I do think they are going to put. And Ben Shapiro's already said he's going to take the campuses things. And maybe Charlie was, because apparently Charlie was saying it's getting hard to keep defending Israel. And then one of his things is why isn't this war over yet? Why haven't they sorted it out? It's getting hard to keep arguing for it. And that was one of Charlie's things. But he was still pro-Israel. He just had some questions about what was actually happening at the moment. But yeah, maybe he's having some doubts and that he could falter, and then he got taken out, and now they have the ability to push Ben Shapiro and Milo Yiannopoulos, two Jews, onto college campuses to do what Charlie did. But I don't think that's going to work. Otherwise, Ben Shapiro would have been doing it. He went to college campuses. Like I said, when Charlie died, Ben Shapiro ain't got that kind of that kind of personality like Charlie had, where he could win people around. Like I say, Charlie made me care. In a couple of months, he made me care about things I never cared about before. And Israel being one. That's why I never ever bought the Israel. Yeah, the Israel has anything to do with it, or that meeting was, because that's another thing Nick Fuentes said. By all accounts, what it was a group of some pro-Israel, some anti-Israel conservative people all in a room. He's like, that's kind of a typical social media like gathering, influencer he's like, it's kind of a, yeah, it's kind of a common thing. There's no great big mystery behind, and why there was raised voices. They're basically debating, and you think it's what Charlie loved doing. Obviously, he went there to debate these people, and maybe there was some heated things. Maybe he did turn down some money, but yeah, I think Nick is onto something with the. I don't think that Israel had anything to do with Charlie, or was even in that place of thinking take Charlie. Because why not take out Candace? She's just been anti-Israel, trying to put Israel in the middle of everything for ages. Why not kill her? But yeah, yeah. I never believed the Israel thing, and I never believed the Groypers. I'm so glad that as well. I'm so glad that I'd watched Charlie before he died, so I knew that all the lies that they're saying about him, and also about Nick Fuentes. If you watch Nick Fuentes, you might not like his views on things, but if you watch him, you can see he's just a nice lad, really. He's just got strong political views, but he's like, I don't, he don't, there's no malice in him. He just has his views, and he's not going to take a back step to no one. But I'd recommend go check out Nick Fuentes' Who Killed Charlie Kirk, and he lays it out great. It's like a couple of hours, and he just lays out every theory, possible things, and very kind of unbiased too. But yeah, yeah. I thought that was funny. But yeah, that's the video, sweet.